Welcome to Birdies and Bogies with Bazza. Hello! Welcome to day whatever it is of lockdown. I hope you're all doing all right. Groundhog Day, it's one word for it. It's a bit mental. It's a bit mental, this. But hey, up the British. We can do it. Do what's needed to be done. Stay safe. Stay at home. Save our NHS. We can do this. Stick together. To pass a bit of time on, I thought I'd just throw it out there and do a Q&A. I tell you what, the response has been mental. Loads of questions here. I don't know. Do I take my time? Are we in any rush? You could always watch some of it now and some of it later, I suppose. I'll just answer them the best I can. How's that? Some of them, obviously, overlap each other, but I'm sure you'll work all that out yourselves, eh? Hey! Hey! Right. First question, Graham G-Mac Mackenzie. Big G. Although you haven't played a lot before lockdown, how much are you missing golf right now? And what's your golfing plans after the lockdown? Do we have any plans? Can we make any plans? Last week I should have been down at the JCB Golf and Country Club with Neil Wolfrey. Unfortunately, obviously that got cancelled, as I'm sure you can appreciate. So there's still that to line up as yet. I'm still going to decide or organise some form of golf membership to try and support somebody along the way if I can. At the moment, obviously, finances being what they are, I just can't make any plans. Just so it's day by day. Everything's just day by day at the moment, mate. It's one of them, innit? It's am I missing golf? I'll be honest with you, mate. It's sort of on the back burner. I've been doing a bit of practicing. Did the chipping challenge for Owen a couple of days ago. Try and keep involved through social media, chatting about it and catching up on things. I actually watched a vlog this morning from 1977 Open at Turnberry. That was an interesting watch. So I'm getting my fix, man. I'm watching a bit of YouTube. I'm chatting with a few golfers. I'm getting what I need. I've got my net set up outside. I could do with a nice putting mat. I really could do with a bit of a putting mat, but that'll come. Time will come. What are my plans for afterwards? It's just, like I say, mate, I'm sure you're the same. I'm sure everyone's the same. Can't make any plans yet. It's a case of just getting out and doing what we can and getting through this horrible pandemic and then take it as it comes. I'd even go so far as to say that even when it's all over, it won't be my priority. Golf will not be my priority. I'm sure with the way things are that I'm going to be doing 7 days a week for God knows how long to catch up again, you know. And well, you know, we've got to pay the bills, end of the day, priority. So it's just priorities, just keep the kids occupied, wife happy, and food in cupboard, basically. That's it at the minute. So golf is sort of secondary. But cheers for the question, G. Stay strong, mate. Stay strong, pal. Alex Pedley. This is a question. If you had to play a round of golf where you tee off with a putter and putt with a driver, What would you shoot? What a question. If I had to play a round of golf and I had to tee off with a putter and putt with a driver, what would I shoot? That's out there, that one, isn't it? Work that one out, lads and lasses. Blimey. Well, basically, you can't use a driver for teeing off for, let's say, 15 holes. You probably won't use a driver for 15 other holes. You probably use a driver for maybe 13 other holes. So there's 13. What could you use? You could use your 3-wood. No, you've got to use your putter. You've got to use your putter instead of the driver. So there's 13 shots on there straight away, I reckon. If I've got to use the driver for putting, let's say there's at least another. Oh my God, I'm going to put another extra putt every hole, so 18. So I've got 18 and 13. So I've got 31 extra shots there for a start. If I'm trying to drive off with a putter, that could go anywhere. So at least 2 or 3 of them's probably going to end up with 3 off the tee anyway. So I can probably put another 6 shots on. So let's just say my average, if I'm playing well with everything else, then 87. It's going to be 120, 130, easy. 120, 130. I might try that one day. I'm going to do that one day, just for you, Alex. I'm going to actually do a course vlog where I've got to tee off with a putter and putt with a driver. Nice one. Something to look forward to. You saw it, you heard it here first. That's Alex Pedley. Cheers, Alex. Corinne, the Princess Golfer. And her lovely Prince Neil. How come you left God's country? How come you left God's country? Now, Corinne she lives in Doncaster. I'm from, I was born in Mexborough, which is just down. In fact, I think Mexborough actually comes under this district of Doncaster, actually. But moved to Wath-upon-Dearn, which is basically pretty much down the road. So Wath-on-Dearn, I was brought up in Wath-on-Dearn. I left there when I was 15, eldest of 5 kids, in a pit village in South Yorkshire in the 80s. I left there in 1990, I was 15, and moved to, my uncle had finished down the pit because they were all shut in, obviously, and he came to Lytham, chefing. So I just phoned him up one day. I was ready for leaving school. Well, sort of leaving school, getting kicked out, however you want to look at it. An argument for both sides. So I phoned him up and said, any jobs going up there? And he found me a job stacking shelves for 70 quid a week in a little market in Lytham. And that's basically how I ended up this way. And then he buggered off to Ireland with his missus, and I moved up towards Blackpool. Couldn't afford to live in Lytham on my own. Renting a little gaff in South Shore, Blackpool, and then I could talk about it all day. But that's basically why I left. I left to find a future, basically. Yeah. There's no pits left. There's no steelworks left. And I just needed to crack on with life, you know. And grafted ever since. So there you go, Corinne. That's why I left God's country. I do like to visit back, and I will be back there as soon as I possibly can, or I'm allowed. All my family's still there. Brothers. I've got a brother. I've got 3 sisters. My mum and dad. Cousins, nephews, nieces. You name it. They're all still down there. So aunties, uncles. I will be getting back there soon. Thanks for the question. Keith Harris. I like Keith. Keith's a nice bloke. What are your golfing goals? Nice shed, by the way. Appreciate that, mate. I love my little shed, I'll be honest with you. Got some nice knickknacks in here that I've claimed from here, there and everywhere, and wherever I've been I've got a ball marker, and I've got some balls, and I've got a driver and a couple of old putters, and Rory's signed cap up there, and his driver, bits and pieces, memorabilia, a couple of trophies. I like it. I like my little den. All my caps are hung up here. As for golfing goals, now golfing goals. What goals? What do I want to achieve in golf, Keith? Obviously we've gone. Like I say, I did mention that some of these questions are obviously overlap with each other, but let's just say that this isn't going on. Let's just pretend that there's no pandemic, just for a minute. What would I like to do? I've done a bit of a list. I'd like to shoot under 80. I'd love to win a club championship. And I'd love to be able to see my name on a board, because you can never take that away from someone. Unless obviously the club closes, but neither here nor there. But I'd love a full membership. I'd love to be able to justify a full membership somewhere. I want to play golf in Ireland. I want to go back to Scotland and play golf. I want to go and play golf in Wales. I've never played in Wales. I've played Celtic Manor, tell a lie. That's in Wales, isn't it? Just about. Love to play golf in Portugal, France, USA, Florida, Melbourne, Australia, Turkey. Oh, love to be able to play golf 3 times a week. Love to play in a Pro-Am. Love to play on the Trilby Tour. I'd love to get hold of a load of gear that I'd really want to get hold of. I want to get myself a nice electric trolley at some point, and one of them Flushnell jobbies or GPS, something like that. I need something like that if I'm going to get any better. I won't mind some fitted irons. Oh, I'd love to encourage more golfers, youngsters in particular. Love to be in a position to be able to focus time on stuff like that. That'd be great. I'd love to do that. That'd be awesome. One big goal which I'd love to be able to get that good is to play on the senior tour. Never mind the European tour or the PGA tour, but I'd love to get on the senior tour. That'd just be that'd be a right laugh. I just know it. And the list goes on and on, Keith. I mean, where do you stop with that? What do you want to achieve? What do you want to do in golf? Pipe dreams and hopes and wishes. Just enjoy it, really. If I can turn up on a golf course and just enjoy it, go home with a smile on my face, knowing I've given it my best shot. Made some extra friends, had a bit of a crack and some memories, then I'm a winner. Cheers for the question. Andrew Johnston, another great bloke. In fact, this one's for you, Andrew. Okay. In fact, bear with. Is your first outing after this is all over and you've visited your family, obviously, priority, going to the range, a lesson, or the golf course? The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go down to Tea Time Driving Range just to say hello. I'm not even going to take my clubs. I'm just going to go down there just to say hello and shake people's hand and give them a hug and just say well done for hanging in there. Businesses are struggling. I just want to see as many people as I can, just wrap my arms around them and say every credit for hanging in there and doing what you can. I feel for these pros. I feel for the businesses. I feel for lads that are employed. You know, people that provide a service or provide, build a business around providing our entertainment and our joys, things that, they do such a great job down at T-Tech. So I'm going to go down. The driving range is the first on that list. Second on that list is a lesson. Because obviously we've missed out on a few lessons over last month or so, me and Charlotte. So going to meet up with Andrew Richardson, that is, and again, just catch up, employ him to teach us what he needs to teach us, and then that way Charlotte can get back into the routine as well then and carry on with the Duke of Edinburgh gold thing that she's doing. If you don't know that, what crack is there, basically she's doing a Duke of Edinburgh Gold award, and you've got to pick up another skill. You've got to attempt another skill, and she's chose to take up golf or learn golf over a 12-month period. So that's why she's took up golf, and she's seen me do it and seen me having a laugh and thinks it's fun. So yeah, range, lesson, and then course, in that order. Obviously, catch up with friends, catch up with family, catch up with bills, etc, etc. But as regards golf, it's that order. Cheers, Andrew. Take care, Pat. I'm taking this off now because it's making me head itch. Lee, golf nuts. Happy birthday for other day, by the way. 37? That you lying get. Not having that. There's no way you're younger than me. No way. What are your hopes for your daughter in the game of golf? I think I just pretty much answered that one. As regards my hopes, though, maybe it should be asking her what her hopes are. As regards my hopes as regards her and golf is that she can enjoy it. I'm not pushing it. I mean, I've got this thing set up out here, and I've not once turned around to her and said, come on, crack on, you need to do your business. I'm not going to tell her what's right, what's wrong, how to do this, how to do that, because if I don't know how to do it, so there's no point. So I'm not going to push her. I'm just going to go with flow. Just go with flow. No agendas, no hopes, no wishes, just what will be, will be. If she takes it up, great. If she doesn't, great. Neither here nor there. Honestly, neither here nor there. We've never pushed anyone in any of our kids to do anything that they don't want to do. If they want to take it on, then we'll support them 100%. If it's something that they want to do, she comes down to me now and says, Dad, can you show me this? Can you help me with this? I'll do what I can. But that's as far as it goes, really. So my hopes for Charlotte and golf is just hope she enjoys what she does. Cheers, Lee. Owen, the tattoo golfer. He's not a bad lad, is he? I like Owen. He's all right, Owen. You're all right, you, Owen. It's not true what they say about you, fella. With the recent influx of newer golf YouTubers over the last year or so, do you see any of them you have watched being on the scale of some of the bigger names now in the years to come? I'll just break that down a bit. Basically, any of the new YouTubers, do I think they're going to be as good as the likes of Rick Shields and Mark Crossfield? I'm guessing pretty much what you're trying to say there. Probably a bit unfair for me to answer that one, in all honesty, because I don't watch a lot of YouTube these days. I used to watch loads. Anybody that, I mean, you guys are pretty new to this, really, in comparison. I mean, I've been at this for 5 years or so, but only to sort of showcase I've never really had the opportunity to sort of push the channel, if you know what I mean. I've been lucky that the followers or subscribers or people that watch the channel interact more than anything else. Probably know more of the people, my subscribers, really, through Twitter, in all fairness. and it's just a way of just catching up and having a crack. It's like the lads that I've met off Twitter. We've just filmed it and then just banged it up. You know, never really took it to the extreme the way that some of the new YouTubers do, yourself included, obviously. I've seen, I mean, I can reel them off. I mean, I've been here since, I mean, I remember Liam having less than 1,000 subscribers. I saw James Robinson with, you know, when he first come along with Hardly Out, you know, and look at him, 100,000 he's just got now. Stuart Carter Smith, when he started, and he's getting up there now. He's got, wow, he's in 4 figures. You guys are in 4 figures. In fact, I'm not mistaken. I think you've got about 1,000, haven't you, these days, Owen? So I mean, you're all doing your own bit. You're all doing your own, putting your own little spin on it, I suppose. Do I think any of them are ever going to be as big as... See, I'm using you guys as a comparison, really, and it's probably unfair. Let's look back to when Rick and Mark sort of broke the internet, broke YouTube, if you will. Me and My Golf. I mean, they're the 3, aren't they? They're the 3. Realistically, they are the 3. I can't see anybody these days getting as big as them, because the choice is that much more available now. People look at so many more varied ones. They might subscribe to the bigger ones still, but that's just to catch up with this, that and the other, or subscribe to them so that they can win a competition. You know, you guys stick to what you're doing, seriously, because I mean, you're getting a loyal following, and the guys that are watching your channels are watching your channels. Look, do the comparisons with how many subscribers you've got to how many views you're getting. It's up there. If you look at how many subscribers the big boys have got to how many viewings that they're getting, there's a massive contrast. You know what I mean? So it's like, would you rather have that loyal base, or would you rather have the big numbers? It's up to you. It's what you want, isn't it? Bear in mind, with the big numbers, you get the big deals, you get the big doors opening, you get the big bag of boxes of gear coming through post and stuff like that. So if that's what you want, crack on, get it, do it, have it, enjoy it. But just remember us small boys when you get right up there, you know what I mean? I can't see anyone getting as big as what the big boys are these days. Like I said, there's just too much choice now. My opinion. That's all, just my opinion. I hope that answered your question, Owen. Can't really think of another way I could put it, to be honest with you. There you go. Aidan Judd. We all love Aidan. He's mad busy on Twitter with everybody. When do you think is the right time to give junior golfers lessons? When do I think is the right time to give junior golfers lessons? See, it's not a decision I've had to make, really, to be honest with you. But my thoughts on it are, if I was in the scenario, my kids, I didn't play golf when my kids were bairns, so I didn't really, well, I wouldn't have pushed it on them anyway, but it was, I suppose it's when they turn round and say, I want to get better, I want to play golf well, I enjoy it, and if they can prove that they're enjoying it, then you probably know. I wouldn't push it on them, because then they're just going to get to hate it, I suppose. But then again, they might not. You know, you look at some of the big boys. I mean, look at Tiger. You know, he was took out there. He was and Rory. You know, they were out as youths. I mean, he was draining them in washing machine with Terry Wogan at 6-year-old or something stupid, wasn't he, Rory? So I don't know. See, I've seen the football pictures as well, with the kids on the football pictures and some of the parenting on sidelines, and it's like, it's cringe. Do you know what I mean? It's just cringe. I suppose when they'll know when they're ready. Just don't push them. Whatever it is, just don't push them. That's my thoughts. Just don't, take them down range now and again, and if they enjoy it, have a crack. Take them again. If it gets more often, Take them when they ask. If they're asking, take them. Absolutely. Michael Carter. What's your handicap target? Oh, God. What's your handicap target to get to once we get playing again? I mean, I set my target out at the beginning of this year. Had the lessons sorted out. I had a proper chat with Andrew, a realistic chat as to where he was asking me where I wanted to get to, and then obviously realistically where we both felt I could get to. And we sort of both agreed that getting to a 12 handicap wasn't an unrealistic figure by the end of this season. That's carboshed now. I feel it's carboshed. So realistically now, I think I'm going to set my target out towards the end of next season. And I'm going to set my target out towards the end of next season to be single figures. So, yeah, single figures end of next season. That's my handicap target. Ian Atwater would love to know my thoughts on desalinization by reverse osmosis. It's a tricky one, that, mate. My thoughts on it, well, there's not really any thoughts on it, mate, is there really? It's just about basically getting salt out of the water. Do it. But then asked a golf question. If you could own any one piece of great golfers' historic golf clothing, what would you choose? Now, I struggled with this one because I've not really been watching golf for that many years. I've seen snippets and etc. Of things in the past, basically through watching today's TV when they do the reruns and looking back. But I couldn't think of any specific clothing that I'd like. So I put it out there on Twitter saying, "Oh, I need some help with this one. I can't think about." And there was loads of responses. Because he said, obviously, not the green jacket, because you can't take the green jacket home. Although, it came up through that conversation, funnily enough, on Twitter, that, don't know how true this is, check on it, let's find out together. Seve Ballesteros nicked his, so they had to replace it in the locker, but I think Seve actually took his home. Anyway, so I'm having it, man. Fuck Seve, what a guy. So Seve actually kept his, but I couldn't think of anything. But there were a few suggestions. Rob Potter put Payne Stewart's pants when he won the 99 US Open. And Ian, that asked the question, he suggested a few that he could think of straight away. Faldo's 83 Pringle. Greg Norman's hat. Obviously, I'm assuming he means that it weren't a trilby, was it? It was like a basket, cool Panama style-y sort of hat with a shark on it. Ian Poulter's visor. Now, I remember seeing that, but what do I want that for? What do you think I wear? Loads of hats. Poulter's visor. Jack Nicklaus's yellow sweater. So there's plenty of choices there that I never thought of, to be honest with you. So, yeah, cheers for the question, but it was beyond me, that one, really. I don't have that much historic memory of golf, to be honest. Next question is from Mark on Twitter, @DadHeyDad. How did you become a contractor? I'm assuming he means builder. How did you become a contractor? I'm a self-employed builder. Your work always looks fantastic. That's nice, man. I appreciate that more than anything, to be honest with you, because that's what earns me a living. So you know, no, it's good of you to say that, mate. I appreciate that, man. How did you become a contractor? How did I become a builder? God, basically, I think I was still chefing at the time. My eldest lad had just been born, so nearly 25 years ago. I was chefing at the time, and had a right ding dong with head chef. I walked out, quit my job like a plonker. I had to quit job, else I'd have smacked him, to be fair. He was a proper knob. Anyway, and then basically I thought, I fancy doing something different. Anyway, it was doing my head in chefing, with split shifts and all that crack. It was just proper annoying. Needed a family life, you know what I mean? Anyone that's a chef, every credit, because it's a horror. I hated it, me. But it did the job. And I thought, I've always been handy. I've always been quick at learning as well. And my first job in the building trade basically was for an agency. I phoned this agency up, said, have you got any, or can you get me a building job? So I'll put you on list, general labour, job done. And this company, Clement Dickens, they're called, local company to here, just up the road. They were doing a contract on Blackpool Victoria Hospital, and they were looking for extra labourers. So they employed me through the agency. I was there for 5 weeks, and the main boss of Clement Dickens came down, pulled me to one side, said, listen, don't tell the agency this, but if you quit with the agency, I'll come in and I'll take you on full time, direct. Yeah. Oh, I hope I'm not going to let me in trouble. No, it's going back some years now, man. That was my first job, basically. And then I left there with 2 of the brickies that were on site, subcontractors, and basically went self-employed from that point, really. As a 2-on-1, I was the one. Went straight down to a site where there was meant to be 2 2-on-1 gangs, so that's 2 brickies and 1 labourer, times 2. But this other labourer didn't turn up for these other brickies, apparently, so I ended up actually labouring on 4 brickies until we built this Warburton's warehouse. Basically, we built all the brickwork, and I laboured, and I still had time. I was getting there 2 hours before them every day, loading up, getting the mixes ready, and I was there for a good couple of hours after they left every day. And I still managed to find time to learn how to point, lay bricks, and learn the job, setting out, etc., bonding up, and just progress from there, basically. So I've worked with some very good tradesmen. I've been very lucky. I've worked with some very good tradesmen. I'm a grafter. I've always worked hard. I've always willing to learn, always willing to ask questions, and I'd like to think I've got quite a lot of common sense as well. So it goes hand in hand, really. I think common sense and building trade. So it works for me. So that's how I became a contractor, builder. Cheers for a question mark. John Uran. Love John. Hope you're well, Paul. Hope your dad's doing all right, mate. I think your dad's just, well, you had it as well, didn't you? We're not going to talk about it. We're not talking about it. But hope you're doing well, John. Would you rather be a club pro or a greenkeeper? A club pro, frankly. Yeah. I'd rather be a club pro. Do I need to give a reason? Yeah, well, I hate gardening, for a start. In the rain, wind, cold, snow, sleet. Let me think of any other reasons. I think that's enough. Building questions finished. Bushnell. Send me a Bushnell, Bushnell. Alan Fairweather. Oh, Alan. When are you coming up my neck of the woods again? The 147th Open was so long ago. Golf, beer, food, laughs, in that order. Carnoustie. Wow. So basically what he's getting at there is I went up to Carnoustie. I actually went up the night before and crashed in my mate's awning for the night, and then went down to Carnoustie on the Sunday and drove home that day. So, in my van as well, if I remember rightly. But previously to that, I'd actually driven from Blackpool to Dunhill Links, which, if I'm not mistaken, was at Kingsbarns. Walked round the golf course all day with Alfie Plant and his crew, and then drove home same day. That was a long day, that. But I did pretty much the same thing going up to watch the Open. The 147th Open. So Alan, basically, obviously he knew I was going up there, saw it on Twitter, and I hears this, Barry. I've looked round, and I'm terrible. I'm so bad with names, me. I'm terrible with names. Some people might say I'm even ignorant sometimes, but I've got terrible memory with names, always have. I have to tattoo kids' names on my arm so I don't forget what they're called. No, I'm not that bad. So I've looked round and he's gone, Barry. I've gone, hey, you all right? He said, yeah, not bad, come over now. I said, I'm sorry, mate. Who are you? She's Alan. Oh my God, how are you doing? Basically, I spent day with him and his missus. Oh my God, what a great couple. Lovely couple. In fact, if I'm not mistaken, Alan, if you're watching this, was it not your good lady's birthday that day? Rings a bell for some reason. Or was it your anniversary or something that day? I'm sure there was something going on. You've been out, had a couple of beers and walked down to Carnoustie, because I think you just live up road. But you're definitely getting back up there, Alan. I'm definitely gonna head back up Scotland at some point soon, as soon as possible. Might struggle obviously this year now with where things are, but yeah, it's definitely on the list, mate. I'm definitely gonna get back up there, and me and you will get a game of golf at some point. Fact. I'm on last page. How long we've been on here? 40 minutes. Oh God, it's gonna be an hour vlog this. Sorry guys. Carl Needham. Worst golf conditions you have played in? He knows this answer because he was with me that day. Charity event for prostate cancer, Shrigley Hall. I got up in the morning. I set off thinking, if I was playing round the corner and it was like this, I wouldn't have set off. It's only because it was a charity event. I thought, no, apparently it's not getting cancelled. We kept checking, it's not getting cancelled. Buggies have been cancelled. It's like, oh my God, Shrigley Hall, no buggies. Brilliant. Never mind, we'll still turn up anyway because it's a charity event, as you do. And I'm not kidding you, mate. I'm not kidding you now. Seriously, I have never seen rain going upwards. It was terrible. Terrible. Carl went flying, walking down a little embankment. Honestly, I've never seen anyone go flat on their back so hard in my life. Oh, so you know the answer to that one, mate. So that was the worst ever. The worst conditions I've ever played golf in. Ever. Paul Nicholson. When's your bricklaying channel coming? Paul Nicholson. Happy Me Golf. What's this one? Ramshill. Where's Ramshill? Is that in America somewhere? Florida, maybe? Don't like orange. It reminds me of Blackpool Football Club. 96. Never Walk Alone. We'll go red. When's your bricklaying? Basically, if you don't know Happy Me Golf, Paul at Happy Me Golf, he basically keeps a track on all the YouTubers, and specifically golf YouTubers, I think, more than anything else, and gets them all in this order, and that he knows all the analytics. He understands all analytics and what's involved, and he does well out of YouTube in particular. He's a clever bloke. Now, he seems to think that there's a market for Bazza, DIY Bazza. What are your thoughts on that? If you've got any questions or queries or thoughts or anything, comment below. I'll see everything. I see all the questions, all the queries, all the thoughts. What do you reckon? DIY Bazza? Could that be a new channel for Bazza? It's happening next year, that'd be good. That'd be good. I'd love to be able to teach you a few bits and pieces. Next year, Paul. Hopefully, maybe, possibly. Jeff Smith, what's Einstein's theory of relativity? Well, I suppose it depends if you want to go down the special relativity or the general relativity. I'd Google it. Google it. It's all there, Jeff. Daft sod. Love Jeff, man. What a gentleman. If ever there's a gentleman, it's Jeff Smith. I'm going to end on that question. Cheers, Jeff. Oh, there is one more question here. Robbie, how many matching sets of Royal and Horsums do you have? Pants and caps. I had them out, didn't I? It's one. There's another one. Two. Three. I'm sure I've got the yellow and black one as well. Got the pants here. Them ones. Them ones. Them ones. Them ones. I don't know where the cap is for them, but I'm sure I've got the cap for them ones as well. I love these ones. I was going to wear these for JCB. How cool would that be? Yeah. But I don't know where the cap's gone. So, that's the end of my questions. I've rambled on long enough. I'm sure you're bored or asleep or fed up. If there's anything I can do on here for sake of sitting down for 10 minutes, an hour, whatever, to talk about any questions, any queries, any thoughts, just talk crap. If you don't know me, if you're just new to the channel, well, you'll have gone ages ago anyway, but do the click and the plang and click of the ping and the pong and the tang and the wang and the ting and fong and thing, and you might see me again. But I'll be here, knocking about in my shed, dreaming away of what could be. Thanks for joining me in my little corner. Take care, stay safe, and stay strong. And I'll see you all soon. Take care.